In the first part of question 4, you're asked to figure out the number of shares of preferred stock that have been issued. And another word for issued is sold. In other words, how many shares of preferred stock has this company sold? And so we can figure it out by coming up here to the stockholders' equity section of the balance sheet. Because we know when stock is sold that the stock account is credited for just the par value of the shares, well, then we can take this $98,000 balance in the preferred stock account, divide by the par value per share, and that's going to give us the number of shares that were sold, 4,900. Then to get the number of shares outstanding, well, shares outstanding are shares still in the hands of stockholders. So treasury stock is not still in the hands of stockholders. So we can take the total number of shares sold and subtract the 1,000 shares of treasury stock. And this is preferred treasury stock. Then to get the average issue price, that's the average amount that the preferred stock was sold for. And so for that, we need to take into account the additional paid-in capital. That's the additional amount received beyond par when we sold the preferred stock. And so if we add the 98,000 plus the 12,740, that's the total amount received by selling the preferred stock. Then we can divide by the 4,900 shares that were sold to get the average issue price. Now, the common stock does not have a par value. Therefore, everything that we credited to the common stock account, that represented what we sold the common stock for. And so we can take this total and divide by the number of shares issued to get the average price per share that the common stock was sold for. Now, treasury stock, that decreases the total dollar amount of stockholders' equity by the cost of the treasury stock. And here's the cost right here. And so we're going to subtract that amount to get the decrease in the stockholders' equity balance. And be sure to put parentheses around that amount, or if you type in a minus sign, Connect will add the parentheses. The cost of the treasury stock is the total cost divided by the number of shares repurchased, and that's the cost per share. And then finally, to get total stockholders' equity at the end, you'll simply add all of these numbers together. And of course, you'll subtract the treasury stock at the end.